Teenagers in eastern Kentucky are riding for a reason. 15-year-old Powell County High School student Jaron Reed died last Friday after the truck he was riding in crashed. Today, his friends honored him with a dirt bike and ATV ride. WKYT's Mike Linden is in Powell County.
Just like a dream. It just didn't feel real at all.
It's been a little more than a week since 15-year-old Jaron Reed of Powell County died when a truck he was riding in crashed on Old Highway 15.
One of the best people you ever meet in your life. He'd give you a shot from back if you needed it.
After Jaron's funeral, a few of his friends thought of a way to honor him and a way to raise money to help his family cover funeral costs. They would ride through Stanton on ATVs and dirt bikes, wearing camouflage clothing, a favorite of Jaron's.
He's always been a big rider. Loved outdoors. Loved to be muddy. We couldn't figure out any better way to do it than this.
While he didn't want to talk to me on camera, Jaron's older brother Jared says that if his brother were still alive today, that he would be amongst all of his friends riding throughout town. And he says that some of his most favorite memories growing up with his brother involve ATVs and dirt bikes.
Each rider donated $10 to the Reed family for the parade, raising a little more than $200 to help cover funeral costs.
Well, funerals are expensive, and right now they're going through such a tough time. Every little bit helps.
While Jaron is gone, his friends say every time they go out riding, Boo will be right there with them.
One brother is gone, it affects everybody. So just remember that he's gone but not forgotten.
In Powell County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
If you want to donate to the Reed family, contact the counselor's office at Powell County High School. The president of France is blaming ISIS for a wave of deadly terror attacks. The latest on the investigation into the attack on Paris.
A softball tournament in Richmond is raising thousands of dollars for the family of a fallen police officer who was killed while protecting the city.
And the UK football and basketball teams are in action tonight. Highlights from the Kentucky-Vanderbilt game and where you can watch tonight's basketball game.
This is WKYT News.
These are dark days for the City of Lights. Thanks for watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Tonight, ISIS is claiming responsibility for Friday's deadly attacks in Paris. The death toll has climbed to 129 people. More than 350 people are injured. A college student from California is among those killed in the attacks. CBS News correspondent Kenneth Craig has our top story.
Across Paris, mourners lit candles and comforted each other at memorials one day after their city was terrorized.
We feel lucky a little, but really sad for our friends and people who died.
A French prosecutor described how the coordinated attacks unfolded. They were carried out by 3 teams of extremists. The assaults began at 9:20 Friday night, when a suicide bomber at a sports stadium, whose vest was detected, blew himself up, killing a passerby. Minutes later, another team opened fire at a string of crowded cafes, killing dozens.
The gunman first attacked customers at this restaurant, firing about 100 bullets. Some of them went right through these front windows.
About 15 minutes later, another group opened fire and took hostages at the Bataclan concert hall, where the American band Eagles of Death Metal was playing. As many as 89 people were killed. One of the victims is an American, 23-year-old Cal State student Noemi Gonzalez. French authorities say they have identified the 7 attackers. All but one detonated identical explosive vests to kill themselves. Police killed the other. In Belgium, authorities conducted raids and arrested 3 people who may be linked to the terrorism. The Islamic State has claimed responsibility. French President François Hollande addressed the nation, calling the attacks an act of war. Outside the concert hall, a man played John Lennon's Imagine as a tribute to those killed. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Paris.
And new tonight, we have learned college students across Kentucky who are studying abroad in France are safe. School leaders from UK, Asbury, and Center College all tell us their students are thankfully okay. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is talking to some about the Paris attacks. She continues our top story team coverage.
According to University of Kentucky spokesperson Kathy Johnson, 8 UK students are currently studying in France. Although none of the students are based in Paris, one was in the city last night. Johnson telling me all of the students are safe. She's also saying the university is telling its students to follow directions and local authorities and cancel any plans they may have to visit Paris. To our knowledge, all of the students from Central Kentucky universities and colleges in the European country are safe and accounted for following the attacks in Paris.
Greetings from Paris semester. Asbury University students here in Paris are safe and sound here in our campus.
That's a video from today of the students from Asbury University who are in Paris right now. According to university official Brad Johnson, 15 students studying in Paris are all safe in their dorm rooms, which are about 20 miles from where most of the developments took place. Among those students is his son, 19-year-old Matthew.
Yeah, the first I heard about it was actually from my son. He called me right away and told me that something was going on in Paris, and they were rounding up the students at the university and getting them back to the dorm at the time.
We're happy to be together, to be safe, to be here on campus. Thank you for your kind words and for your prayers. We felt them and we heard them.
Center College in Danville is known for its study abroad programs. The college has hundreds of students all over the world, including 24 students who are currently in Strasbourg, France, which is 300 miles from Paris. One school official says there are no plans as of now to bring the students home early.
At any point, we would bring students home when the risk became unacceptable.
In addition to the students, a UK professor who is in Paris is fine and safe after the attacks. In the newsroom, Michelle Chamberlain, back to you.
The terrorist attacks in Paris will be part of discussion during tonight's Democratic debate. Moderators now plan to ask the candidates how they will confront the evolving threat of terrorism. The candidates will also have to answer questions on national security and foreign relations. The debate in Des Moines airs on WKYT tonight at 9. You can also watch it live on WKYT.com. Immediately following the debate on CBS is an hour-long special report on the attacks in Paris. Today, dozens of people in Madison County played ball to raise money for Officer Daniel Ellis's family. The Richmond police officer died last week. He was shot while investigating an attempted robbery. WKYT's Mark Barber shows us how a softball tournament is helping the late officer's wife and son.
The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, it's everything you'd expect at a softball game. But when you step away from the baseball diamond, you see this is not a typical game.
You look around and you see the 457 and you see Officer Ellis and all the banners that we have up, and it really, it reminds you of why we're really here.
They're here to honor their hero, fallen Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis. Many of these players say he paid the ultimate sacrifice, so now they're here playing for his family.
What other way to, pay tribute to him than to have a softball tournament with all proceeds going to his wife and kid.
Organizers say 13 to 14 teams are playing in the tournament at $150 a team. They say between the players and raffles here at the benefit, they're hoping to raise about $3,000 for Ellis's widow and their young son. In a game like this, there really are no winners, just players with heavy hearts hoping each crack of the bat will help bring healing to them and Ellis's family.
It's very bittersweet.
It's tough.
It's just sad, being at the funeral, being in the procession. Today, we are bringing that with us, and we feel the exact same emotions.
In Richmond,
it's just heartbreaking.
Mark Barber.
That we had to lose one of our own.
WKYT.
There will be another fundraiser for Ellis's family tonight at the SEC Pub on Harrodsburg Road in Lexington. The pub will have live music from a Lexington police lieutenant and his band starting at 9 o'clock tonight. Now to a developing story out of southern Kentucky. The Whitley County coroner has identified the woman found dead in her apartment yesterday. The coroner tells us police found 29-year-old Amy Freeman's body around 12:30 at her apartment on Crisp Court. Freeman had not been seen in a couple of weeks. We're told she lived alone. Investigators do suspect foul play. They are waiting on the results of the autopsy to come back before moving forward with their investigation. Looks like today's sunshine and clear skies will be sticking around tomorrow, and temperatures are expected to stay the same until we move into the work week. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is tracking some changes in the next 48 hours.
We will see rain return during that 48-hour period, and we'll see temperatures try to go up a little bit into the new work week. Out there right now, it's at the chill. We checked some of these readings. We're 48 degrees down the road in Richmond. About 46 in Lexington, 42 in Frankfort. So it's kind of all over the place. We got the 40s covered up here throughout most of central Kentucky, even trying to show up as 30s there in Monticello and Middlesboro already. Tonight, I think we could end up in the low 30s in many locations. It's a good possibility. It's not going to be everywhere, but it's certainly going to be out there. This is our Defender Radar Network, and you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing any showers. We're not seeing any cloud cover. I don't have the clouds turned on, but I promise you wouldn't see any if I had them turned on either. Here's our forecast as we go hour by hour through the rest of the evening, overnight, and into the early morning hours. See a little high, thin cloud cover trying to stream in here, especially as we get into your Sunday. That might be about it. Other than that, just generally on the sunny side through most of the day, with temperatures jumping back into the upper 50s and low 60s. We will take a closer look at all of it area-wide coming up in just a few minutes.
We are getting a double dose of UK athletics today. Stoops troops are down in Nashville playing Vanderbilt. And Coach Cal and his Wildcats are getting ready to play the New Jersey Institute of Technology Highlanders at Rupp. To break down both games, we go now to WKYT's Lee K. Howard. Got a lot going on tonight, Lee K.
That is correct. It is a busy day if you're a UK fan. Perhaps the most important game of the season for the Kentucky football team, needing desperately to snap that 4-game SEC losing skid. Patrick Towles got the start today at quarterback. Kentucky was down 7-3 following a Vandy fumble. The Cats in scoring position, but on 2nd and goal, Towles throws the fade, and it's intercepted by Oren Burks. That would end the first half for Towles. Enter Drew Barker on the Wildcats' next offensive possession. Barker is going to find Ryan Timmons. Breaks the plane, gets in for 6, and all is good in the Big Blue Nation. 10-7 UK, but it turns out Barker is human as well. Next UK drive, Barker throws another touchdown pass. This time to the other team. It's Burks again. It's a 30-yard pick six. Just before the half, Vandy catches UK sleeping out of the timeout. Shermer to an unaccounted for Ralph Webb, 37 yards and a touchdown, 21-10 Vandy at the half. UK playing a little quarterback carousel in the second half. Back to Towles in the third quarter. JoJo Kemp fights his way in on 2nd and goal. It's 21-17. Kentucky would have one final chance. 10 seconds to play in the game. Needing 78 yards and a miracle. But the Music City miracle isn't happening this time. Towles sacked, and that is how it would end. Kentucky drops a 5th straight, 21-17. Now, meanwhile, the Kentucky basketball team hosts NJIT tonight. The tip moved back to 8 o'clock, so that's coming up in about 20 minutes. It's only on ESPN3.com. It is the final internet-only game of the season. We will have much more on that UK football game coming up a little bit later in sports. Kristen?